Okay, so here we are with the iPhone 4 quick review. Got it lined up here with some of the older models, the original iPhone and the iPhone 3G, not 3GS but 3G, but I believe they're pretty much the same as far as the case. You know, the first thing you're going to notice is they kind of squared off the iPhone, so it doesn't have the rounded back that you're used to seeing on the older 3GS model or 3G model. Definitely a little bit slimmer, a little lighter. But more or less, you know, the same iPhone style that you're used to, just a little more clean. And they went back to a more sturdy design than on the 3G. You know, losing the plastic back and going back to something maybe a little more similar to the original iPhone with the metal back and the, you know, a little more sturdy overall design. They also did something new here with the antenna, making it kind of an external antenna. So the outside here is actually all one big, well, multiple antennas, and you'll notice the little slits. So you got your Bluetooth and GPS antennas, and then also your regular antenna. Fortunately, this device that we have here is not one of the ones that's suffering from the lost reception when you hold it in your left hand that some are seeing. So a lot of them are seeing problems where you hold it down here and you'll actually see your bars drop as you hold it. But again, other than that, it's more or less the same. You got your what is it called, micro SIM card slot there now on the side. Your volume rocker has been split into two separate buttons actually. Your lock key.
Also, no problems with the volume rockers. I know that's been a rumor going around.
Eliminated the problem with the volume rocker. So diving in, some of the changes you're going to see, the most significant changes are in the actual OS of the phone. Again, it is running a much better processor too, the same processor as the iPad, so you're going to see a huge speed increase there. But you see right off the bat some of the changes with the folders. So you now have the ability to put your apps into folders, and you can put them in your own custom folders. You can the phone will actually try to come up with smart names for applications and group them together in the folders as well. So it gives you the ability to kind of use more of your space a little more efficiently.
If you look, I mean, it's fairly easy. All you do is go back to the normal way of moving stuff, but taking stuff out of the folder is just as easy as putting it in. So here I got restaurants. If I want to just put it back into what I was doing, no wait, hold on, I'll open this up. I would just throw it back into my. So I mean, the customization is pretty easy, depending on what you're trying to do. Like I said, you can change the names of the folder depending on what you have in it and what you want to put in it. But other than that, there's not much difference to the actual interface besides the added ability of that. So alright, so now we'll kind of dive into the OS of the whole iPhone 4. This is really the bread and butter of the iPhone system. I mean, aside from the fact that they have the new Retina display and the new design and the new camera, this is probably the biggest part of the iPhone, though it's not only exclusively available for the iPhone 4, it is available for the 3GS, and all the features besides multitasking are available for the 3G. But as I open up the screen here, you can see I've already gone through the trouble of kind of organizing my different apps into folders. They give you the option to kind of personalize and choose what you want to name the folders. As you can see, I have games. You can go into food and drink. You can go into my navigation, which includes, you know, just maps and traps, or I haven't got a lot of apps for that. But pretty much the basic principles of the phone stay the same. The biggest part for me, the biggest plus for me, has now been the addition with this multitasking. I know for a lot of iPhone users, the music, being in a music program, and then with the exception of iTunes, and then trying to do, you know, browse the internet or whatever, would take you out of your music, and I know for me that extremely angered me. So now they've made it a lot easier with this fake multitasking to kind of go into running multiple apps. So basically how that works is you double click, which brings up your most recent app that you've been in is going to be on your left always, but it brings up all your apps at the bottom. So let's just say, now a lot of the apps, let me clear this up, haven't been updated for the i4 OS or iOS 4, but the music ones like Pandora, Slacker have already been modified to take advantage of this feature, so we'll dive into that a little bit so you can kind of see how it works. If you go into my music folder, as you can see, I'll go into Slacker, and I can play any song, whatever it might be. We're waiting for some signal, but alright, music's not important, but if I want to click out of it, the music can continue to play, and you can scroll into another app without losing, well, hold on, I guess I should show it if we're going to do it, without losing your music, all of that. So you can do that. That's enough of that, but basically that's the biggest feature for me. A lot of the apps, jeez, I'm screwing this all up, will be updated to take advantage of this feature. Just at the current moment, you know, it's a whole complicated process when you have 226,000 apps to kind of adapt all of them to the functionality of the iOS 4.
Yeah. So now I'm just going to show off FaceTime a bit here. Nice feature on the phone. Unfortunately limited to Wi-Fi for right now, but the nice thing about it is you can go ahead and just place a call. So we're making the call now.
And once she accepts, we have the option to talk as a regular phone call or hit the FaceTime button, and it switches to the obviously FaceTime. It takes about 5 to 6 seconds to connect depending on the Wi-Fi connection, but as you see, it brings her up. Hi, babe.
Hi, babe.
So you can move the screen around, kind of do what you want. If you want to show her what you're looking at, you can turn the camera around, in which it shows her, or what I'm looking at. Babe, turn your camera around. And then it shows kind of around what she's looking at. Really a nice feature. Like I said, when it has more user functionality, Wi-Fi, you know, with the...
Yeah, it lets you hopefully leave off of the Wi-Fi network and go into 3G coverage. It lets you turn the landscape too, right? If you turn the screen.
So, I mean, you can turn the screen. If I was showing her what I was looking at, and, babe, turn the landscape. See, so it brings it bigger, and then that feature also goes around to the back. Switch it to your back.
What? Like that?
Yeah, so nice feature, but like I said, with the limited accessibility of it being Wi-Fi only, it kind of takes away from the coolness factor of it. All right, babe, thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.